Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the ABB former EFIA World Championship press conference for the 2021 DHL Valencia E-Prix. We have with us our winner, Mercedes EQ driver Nyck De Vries, runner-up is Dragon Penske Autosports Nico Müller, and our third place man is the second Mercedes EQ driver, Stoffel Vandoorne. Welcome gents. What a crazy end to the race. We'll go over straight to you Nick to try and unpack what's just happened. Sitting in the middle there, is it a strange mix of emotions to win a race in really sort of bizarre circumstances?
Yeah, well, to be fair, I didn't realise what was going on behind me, so to me it didn't felt such a crazy race, because we had a good first couple of laps and then basically we were settling in behind Antonio. And then, yeah, basically we were saving energy all the way through till the end, and I think the last safety car it became a little bit unclear whether it was 2 laps or 1 lap to go, basically a similar scenario as Rome race 2, and we were expecting Antonio to slow down that significantly, so it was 1 lap left with obviously a high energy target remaining for the last lap, but it turned out that he went early, so actually it was 2 laps to go. And by that point, the energy target had reduced significantly, and I saw that Antonio took off, and I started to get under pressure of the Mahindras, but I knew I was in an energy advantage. I think I had about 3% more versus the cars around me. So I got just told on the radio, stick to target. So I was trying to stay in front. I overconsumed a bit in that lap because I didn't want to lose position. And then in the last lap, everyone disappeared, and obviously Roland was still behind me, but he lost basically track or ground exit turn 6, and then it was kind of bringing it home. But I'm just very pleased after a very difficult weekend in Rome to come back like this after the penalty, and the team just did an awesome job executing that. And not easy circumstances, and behind me it was a crazier race, but I was always kind of in the fight with Antonio, so for me it was a very satisfying win together.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't take sort of the last lap, we shouldn't let that sort of take away from the first half of your race, which is a really impressive performance, lots of overtaking, sort of managing the race well. Just talk us through that, please.
Yeah, I think we just had good pace, so initially I was trying to save energy behind Günther and Lynn, but it just appeared that we had a bit more pace, so that I was told to get past if I could, and then we were kind of trying to build our race from there. Then we had a safety car, so everything got back together, and from that point we just tried to save energy behind Antonio, which worked out well with a nice advantage at the end. So very pleased.
Thank you, Nick. Over to you, Nico. What conversations were you having with your race engineer then in the sort of final 5 minutes of the race? So you're sat here now.
Jay, you mean? Yeah, we had a lot of conversations. It was very confusing also from inside the car, as I was still very far at the back when the restart was taking place. I was probably last in the queue, and I was very unsure if the numbers I was given can be right, because I started seeing people coasting super early and having to save a lot of energy, and I was like, wow, is that right what we're doing? And I just tried to reassure myself a few times, and I did get confirmation, so I was obviously getting happier and happier as the last 2 laps proceeded, because I was just getting one place after the other, and managing to reward the team for all their hard work like that is very satisfying. Even though I'm still a bit confused as well, maybe just as much as you guys are, but when you start your race with the drive-through on lap 2, and you're going to trips through the gravel twice, after being kind of nudged off, one of them is sitting here as well, is a bit surprising, but a positive surprise.
What we've seen from the Dragon so far is it's very quick over 1 lap. Its qualifying pace is strong, but for today, sort of your result comes a lot of sort of energy management and planning ahead. So just talk us through that if you can. Sort of the conversations you're having with the team all the way through. The targets, how the safety cars were changing things each time around.
yeah, I think, you know, there's also a bit of experience, obviously, that plays into that. And going into my second season in this championship, I think today helped. And also working kind of with the same people and understanding each other, you know, all the sim work that you do back home, going through different scenarios, that's in these situations where it becomes really, really helpful. And yeah, that's definitely a good reward for that. And as you said, you know, qualifying has normally been our strengths. Today it was not really, and somehow we managed to turn it around in the race. So that's the unpredictability of Formula E and what I guess makes this championship so exciting.
And then on that final lap, what's it like? What's your point of view when you're towards the rear of the field and you're passing guys left, right and centre?
It's super strange, to be honest, because I haven't experienced that before in my life as a racing driver, but it was a positive surprise, as I said before. I was definitely much more enjoying that situation than sitting in one of the other cars, you know, that have to crawl around and somehow try to make it to the finish. I guess, you know, as Nick now described what was actually happening, I understand the race a bit better only now, because you know, I don't know why Antonio decided to go for those 2 laps. I think that was probably not done on purpose, because apparently it ruined his race as well, otherwise he would be sitting here. But yeah, that just shows how difficult it is, you know, to manage these races, even when you are experienced and when you know exactly what you're doing. You can still put only one small foot wrong and immediately pay a very big price for it. And yeah, that was another example of that today.
Thank you, congratulations. Stoffel, over to you. A remarkable few hours. First, last, third. Talk us through that swing.
Yeah, way too much stress today. I think I've ate a little bit, but yeah, obviously today was a tricky and challenging day. We had great pace in qualifying. You know, managing to get the car on pole position, which was a little bit of a surprise for us to be up there on a track like this. But you know, we've been competitive in every session, so yeah, to then get knocked back to the back of the field was pretty hard to take. You know, it really felt like we had lost a big opportunity for scoring big points. But yeah, looking at the race right now, we managed to turn around things pretty impressively. You know, the beginning of the race was kind of just saving energy for me. I managed to get, you know, to kind of overtake a couple of people. Got, I think, to around like 14 to something when yeah, I had some contact with Nico actually, trying to take attack mode, and then understeered into him. He had to go through the gravel. I went through the gravel at some point as well, losing another 4 or 5 places again. And then yeah, came that last kind of safety car restart where I also still had to take attack mode, so I wasn't sure if there was going to be enough time or laps left to be able to take it and not get the penalty for that. So had to do that, and yeah, the last 2 laps were just like those guys have been saying, were very confusing. We did our homework before coming here, and we knew that there was kind of a slight window or a slight chance that this could happen, that we would have very low energy targets for the final 2 laps. So I just stuck to what we saw, and it was tricky because I had, you know, 3-4 cars overtaking me into turn 1, and then same into turn 2, people going for it, and then 3 corners later, I think they started to realize as well that it was going to get very challenging to make it to the end. So I think in 1 lap I probably, I don't know, I overtook 10-15 cars or something. It doesn't feel like I overtook them, but I was just, you know, kind of coasting past them, and we had more energy left than them, obviously. So good points, happy for Nick for the victory, and yeah, for the team as well. You know, great recovery from where we came from. I think I don't know, it's probably one of the biggest comebacks that's been done in F1 before. But anyway, let's see tomorrow. We've had a strong package, a good car, and let's hope we can do the same tomorrow.
Yeah, if we go back to last season, sort of, you know, the 1-2 for Merck in Berlin, and then, you know, your recovery from the crash in Rome and here, I don't know if you can get much crazier in terms of wins you take in this championship.
Yeah, it's you know, lately we've had to deal with a lot of setbacks, really. You know, first, like you said, Rome, I had pole position there. Then we had to you know, drop to the middle of the pack there. Came back into podium contention before we had the big crash there, and you know, both of us retiring. then yeah, obviously getting a victory in race 2 there, which turned things around pretty well. And same today, you know, good pace in qualifying, then the setback after qualifying, being disqualified, and yeah, then a great comeback in the race. So it shows how good we are as a team to reset even after we go through struggles, difficulties. So yeah, I think everyone deserves a big credit, and yeah, it still feels a bit weird to sit here, to be honest, after the race, but you know, we're gonna take it.